Hey guys, this is Adam with TAT Express, and today I want to talk to you about DD15 No Start conditions. There's a few things that could cause a no start, so if you're in that position right now, I hope this video helps. Stay tuned, let's get this video started. Okay guys, so if you're ever in a no start condition or longer than normal start, this system here is a very complex system. Anytime it's serviced, it needs to be purged correctly. And what I mean by service, this could be anything from a fuel filter replacement, that's considered service to the actual fuel system. And anytime it's opened up like that, it needs to be purged correctly and primed. In any priming tool you're going to be using, it's going to be Detroit approved. There's not any other tools out there besides what Detroit is offering to prime these systems correctly. Okay, and the reason why you want to prime them correctly is because diesel is actually being used to lubricate the pump. So if you're not priming the system correctly and you're crank, and you don't have the right tools to prime the system, you can actually cause more damage than good to these particular systems. So what I want to show you today is how to properly prime your system after a fuel filter change or any other repair to the fuel system. So let's get this started. Okay guys, so this is Detroit 3-filter system. You're going to have either a 3-filter setup or a 2-filter setup. This is the fuel filter housing here. You have a lot of lubrication line. This is a lubrication line, feed lines, return lines. There's a bunch of lines in there that are working together to balance the high pressure system. You have your fuel pump in the back. Of course, you have your common rail up top, and each line feed into each injector. You don't want to remove any parts if the engine has just recently been turned off due to high pressure. You're looking at very high fuel pressure on this particular system, so you want to be very careful. So what we're going to do now, I want to point out here is your priming port here. This is the priming port that's made onto either the 2-filter or the 3-filter fuel filter system. We have our Detroit approved priming tool. It's already filled with fuel. We pumped it up here, nice and firm. We can tell that we have pressure there. What we're going to do is we're going to connect this to our priming port here. All right, that's going to snap in there just like that, and you're going to turn this ball valve on. So while it's priming, Detroit recommends 2 minutes, but for fuel filter replacements, usually just a quick 30 seconds to a minute is going to be just fine. You can leave the priming system connected and actually priming while you try to crank the truck. You should be able to crank it up right away. So what we're going to do is go ahead and crank this truck up. Okay guys, while you're trying to crank the truck up, you don't want to turn the starter for more than 30 seconds. You don't want to overload the starter. There should be a kill switch for the starter in case it gets too warm, but in some cases, if your truck doesn't have a overheating switch for the starter, then I would only go 30 seconds. So here we go, we push the clutch down, turn power on here. Right away it starts up. So we got the truck crunk up. What I'm going to do now is turn off the priming tool. You can also disconnect it. Once you have the truck started up, you want to let it idle. Okay, you don't want to bring up the idle too high or the RPMs too high. Let it idle good for about a minute. You want to let it go ahead and purge out all the air, all the existing air that could be still in the system. After the minute, let's go ahead and idle it up for a minute at 1500 RPMs to finish purging everything out. Another thing I'd like to mention is after your 1 minute of idling, you go ahead and rev it up to 1500 RPMs for 1 minute, and that should be good. That should get all your air out of your system. In some cases, it will take a 15-minute drive on the road to purge out all your air. If you're still having longer than normal starts, you will have to drive it for at least 15 minutes. Another thing I'd like to mention is if you were starting and you couldn't get it started and you have any check engine lights, those check engine lights will come up for low fuel pressure. Before you start troubleshooting anything, once you got the truck started up, clear out the codes, test and retest to make sure you have any, you don't have any active codes. So that's how you prime a DD15. Another thing I'd like to mention is there is a priming pump on here. Detroit does not mention to use this priming pump. If you are opening the system and you lose your pressure, Detroit recommends you do use a Detroit approved priming tool to prime the system and not that pump. That pump is going to take a lot of pumps to get this going. A lot of times you still can't get it primed with just that pump right there. So using a Detroit approved priming pump is the way to go. Also, going to the right shop that have these tools is very important. You know, a lot of drivers try to save money by going to a shop that doesn't have Detroit approved priming tools just to save a little bit of money, and it ends up saving them actually not any money at all. It ends up wasting more time, wasting more money. So I hope this video helped you guys. This is a DD15 No Start. We're going to be doing more videos on DD15s, trying to get some more information out to you guys. So like, subscribe, share the video, turn on your notifications so that you can get notifications when we have new videos. I hope you guys learned something. If you got any questions, you can email us at info@tatexpressinc.com, or you can call us at 972-225-3017. So until next time, guys, take it easy.